for joining us. I really appreciate it. I'm excited to get the season started. I know last year, obviously, bummer for everybody. Didn't get to have our season like we wanted to. This year, I have zero doubt that we will have a season, although it will look a lot different. So I'm going to share my screen with you guys so you can see. I just have some things I really want to go through about what the season will look like, how it's different, and how you can get going. We are going to start here pretty soon. So I just want everybody kind of ready for that, ready to go together here as soon as we can. So number one, I do have a website. It looks like this. It's I put the link out. You probably found it because you're in this meeting, which is good. There's a ton of information on that website. So I just ask you to take some time and read through it and make sure you guys are aware. Because we get kids from two different schools, we are a co-op program with Eaglecrest. This is our 12th year as a co-op program, Smoky Hill and Eaglecrest. We certainly are not the only program that is a co-op, whether it's between Eaglecrest and Smoky Hill. Our boys volleyball team will be a co-op this year. We're a co-op with girls field hockey and gymnastics. So we're one of multiple co-op programs. But CHSAA does require us to call ourselves one school or another. So we do fall under Smoky Hill in terms of how we're labeled. We do have a Facebook page. We will stream all of our meets this year live on our Facebook page. So if you're not following or following that Facebook page, please do. And then I try to get a lot of good information out, including this meeting tonight, on our Twitter page. So those are the social media that we use that I try to get information out on. But again, I do have this website. I will constantly update the website and make sure everybody is aware of what's going on. So the reason I want to meet tonight is because I do want to get started here soon with preseason practices. So we are going to start preseason workouts on Monday, April 12th. It'll be 2 weeks worth of preseason practices. We are going to use both pools. So for that first part, the Smoky Hill students will practice at Smoky Hill. The Eaglecrest students will practice at Eaglecrest for those first 2 weeks. And then we will merge together when the season actually starts on April 26th. Diving will all be at Smoky Hill. I only have one diving coach. I have 4 swimming coaches, so we'll be able to split that up. And the preseason practices will only be in the afternoon. So we won't have a JV varsity group for the preseason. It'll just be everybody from that school together, and we'll run those from 3:45 to 5:45. You do need to sign up on the website. So if I go back to the website link here, you can see that right here, there's a link for you to sign up to be a part of the preseason stuff. Doesn't cost anything. It's free, but you do need to bring a signed Cherry Creek School District athletic waiver to participate. Even if you've done another sport or an activity where you've turned that waiver in, I need you to submit another one for the preseason stuff, specifically for swimming, okay? So I'm excited to get that going. You don't have to be completely registered to swim or participate to do the preseason. If you want to just try it out, you can do that. Doesn't cost anything. You don't have to pay the $90 fee like you will to be able to participate in the first practice, which is actually April 26th. Okay, so it's almost like a free trial if you want to try it. But I just want to get things going and get kids an opportunity to be in the pool if they haven't been. I want to talk about just the way the season will look and be different this year. I was on the front page of the Aurora Sentinel with this really sad picture. I mean, it's really sad. Look at how lonely I am over there on the side of the pool. But just talking about what our protocols are. So I am the CHSAA president for swimming. I spent hours and hours with CHSAA putting these things together. And the girls' season went great for the most part. So I want to touch base on that. We did have our complete season. We didn't have any meets canceled at Smoky Hill. And I think part of that is because we followed protocol in the pool. Now I can't control what happens out of the pool with you. Um, I had 4 girls that were removed from practice 2 days before the league meet. I had to scratch 4 girls from the A-League finals because they didn't follow protocol outside of the pool. So um, all I can control is in the pool, and then it's up to you guys to how you make sure you're being safe and keeping your exposure down inside, or sorry, away from the pool. But we'll have at both pools, we'll have a separate entrance and a separate exit, so nobody's going in and out of the same door. The bathrooms, at least at Smoky Hill, are going to be limited to 3 people at a time to change. If you can come in a suit, I would encourage you to do that and not use the locker room at all. But we'll use a cone system so that you know how many people are in the locker room. So you can use the girls' locker room, you can use the boys' locker room. There will be no girls on the pool deck outside of our diving coach. And she can use the coach's office to use the restroom if she needs to. But if there's one person in, you just put a cone in front, 2 people. If you see 3 cones, don't go in there. Wait for somebody to come out. And we'll make it pretty simple so that everybody's able to space out. There's 3 kind of big areas in both of our locker rooms at Smoky Hill that you can very clearly get in and out. Okay, the expectation is that you're wearing a mask all the way until you get in the pool. So on the pool deck at all times, this is meets, practice, whenever, a mask is worn until you get in the pool. So we have hooks behind the pool. We have 4 hooks on the blocks. They're not in the way at all. Okay. So you can just hook your mask onto the block and jump in, and then it's waiting there when you get out. Behind the diving boards, we also have a bunch of hooks. I know they're following similar procedures at Eaglecrest as well. Okay. When you show up for practice, um, I'll have 2 computers set up, and you're going to need to check in every day. All right. For practice, you'll need to check in every day. I need to have a really clear system about who was at practice every day and a temperature reading every day. So I'll have 2 computers out. You'll click who are the coaches that are on deck that day with you. There's 2 questions. Have you had any possible symptoms? Do you have any possible symptoms? You'll click if you have any and what they are specifically. You'll need to click if you have any potential exposure to COVID. You'll take your own temperature, and you'll have to record your temperature. I'll record who's in each lane together every day. I'll make sure that we have a good, clear record of who's swimming with who. You'll need to use the same equipment. So if you're using a kickboard for warm-up, you'll need to use the same kickboard throughout that practice, just not sharing different equipment throughout the practice. And all the drinking fountains are closed down. So you're going to need to bring your own water into the practice facility. Okay. Just kind of some general practice guidelines. As of right now, and it's really possible on Monday, there are some changes coming to the state on Monday, but as of right now, this is what we did with girls. So I'm going to start assuming we're going to do things the same way. But we had no more than 4 swimmers to a lane, 2 at each side. So a max of 24 swimmers in the pool for practice at any given time. What I'm going to tell you is if you feel sick, don't come to practice. Don't potentially spread COVID if you're feeling bad. Stay home. Okay. If it was just a 1-day thing, great. You're back the next day and feel good. But if it's something more than that, I just can't let you take the risk of infecting more people. So I'm really big on if you don't feel good, don't be there. If you start feeling bad at practice, I'm not going to send you to the locker room to say, hey, let's take a shower, see if you feel better in 10 minutes. Not going to happen. This year, I'm going to send you home. Okay. I just can't play games with that. If you're feeling bad, you just need to not be there so that you don't potentially spread anything. If you have to stop, if your shoulder hurts, this year I need you to get all the way out of the water. You can't sit on the side and hold your shoulder. You need to get out. If I need to send you the trainer, we can do that. Please make sure you're not coming early for that check-in stuff. So no more than 10 minutes before the start of your practice. I just can't have people lined up waiting to get in. So I'd ask you to show up 10 minutes is great, but no more than that early before practice starts. And then please be aware that if you forgot your goggles, if you forgot whatever, I can't share them this year. So you got to make sure you got extra goggles at all times. If you forgot your suit, you're going to have to go home and get another suit. I can't give you an extra suit. So just make sure that you are bringing your own equipment every day. Now, we'll provide pull buoys, kickboards, um, that stuff, but stuff you're actually wearing, you're going to need to make sure you bring your own stuff. Okay. Let me talk to you about meets because they'll look different. And we did just general CHASA guidelines. This is a huge change that impacts the way we ran our season from the way it's looked in the past. We have 7 meets. I have a full 7 on the schedule. Everybody will swim in every meet, regular meet, unless you can't be there. But I would assume that everybody's going to get to swim in every meet. But we have exactly 7, and that's the max number of meets you can swim in. The same league qual times that have been in existence for a number of years are still there. If you make a league qual time, you will get to swim in the A-League championships. There's no B-League championships. So if you qualify for A-League, you get an extra meet. That's your 8th meet. And then if you qualify for the state meet, then you get to swim in 9. Okay. There's no individual or team minimum. You could qualify for the state meet this year having only swum in 1 meet. There was a girl from Fossil Ridge who's really, really outstanding. She didn't swim in a single meet the whole year, but she swam on relays at Fossil Ridge and they won 2 relays because she swam on it. So just know that there's no minimum. Normally there's a 4 meet minimum or a 6 meet minimum starting next year to be able to swim in the state championship. That's not in effect anymore. The CHASA rule is that schools can only compete against other schools in their league during the regular season. So luckily we're in a really good league. We're going to see good competition, whether it's a virtual meet or an in-person meet. All of our meets need to adhere to the local limitations around the number of participants allowed indoors. For the girls, that was 50. That was limited to 50 inside the pool area. The state championship will look completely different. And it was insanely fast for the girls, incredibly competitive to get in. But it will look like this. It'll be 20 swimmers in each event. It's timed finals. So traditionally, there's been about 60 kids that have qualified for the state meet in each event. It'll just be the top 20 after the league meets are over. So that's completely different. The state qualifiers are based on time during the regular season, which goes through the league meet. No more than 4 can come from any school. So, I mean, we've got an incredible group of breaststrokers. If I have 5 breaststrokers that are all in the top 20, only 4 will get to swim. And they'll be the fastest 4 after the league meets. How we'll do that. But athletes will arrive at a particular time. They'll have time to warm up, and then we'll leave. We're going to practice that twice. So we're going to host a Smoky invite, an in-person Smoky invite, where we'll kind of practice that procedure. And then we're hosting the A-League championship meet, in which case we will also kind of follow that same sort of procedure. So there are 2 different types of meets. One is virtual. Our league has decided that the bulk of our dual meets will be virtual. So we'll compete in our facilities. I'll tell you what, our girls had a huge advantage, and we will too. We have the best pool, the fastest pool. If we're swimming at our place, we're in a good place. I'll tell you that much. We're in a really good place compared to other places where we could be swimming virtual meets. So what happens is we swim at our place, the other team swims at their place, and then we just merge the results and we score the meet. Officials go to both pools, and teams will fill the pool with their entire team. So one really great thing about it is more kids will have an opportunity to swim. So in a regular dual meet that's in person, in the varsity heat, I might have 3 kids and the other team would have 3 kids. This year, now I can have 6 kids swim varsity and 6 kids swim JVs. So we can have 12 kids in an individual event where normally we would only have 6. So that was awesome with the girls, and I'm excited about that with the boys. You guys are gonna have more opportunities to swim at a meet. which I think is great. So that's what a virtual meet will look like. We will stream them all live on Facebook. I had over 1,000 people watching the A-League Championship streamed live on Facebook. I think that, and then it's saved. You can go back and watch the meet as many times as you might want to. With parents, I know there's some parents on this meeting as well as a lot of kids, but at least with the girls, we were limited to how many people could be in the room. It was at 50, and that included all the athletes. So this year I'll need a volunteer timer, 6 for each meet. So 1 behind each lane. I'll need an announcer for every meet. And then I can have up to 2 parents score. So we can have 9 parents on the pool deck during any meet. Again, I do plan to live stream all of the meets for you to be able to watch, but we're limited to 9. So in terms of parent volunteers, I will have a sign up that I'll send out. I'm going to send it out on Saturday, April 24th, and I'll post it on our website. So the link will be on our website. I would ask that parents of seniors, if you don't sign up, you could sign up for up to 4 initially meets to work. And then parents of juniors, sophomores, and freshmen, if you could sign up for a max of 3 at the beginning. And then if we have any open spaces after that, we'll open those up on Thursday, April 27th. With the girls, I thought that worked out really well. I know for their last year, I'd like parents of seniors to have an opportunity to see them as often as we could in person, if that's what you want to, if you want to be there. Let me talk about equipment. Last year you bought equipment. It looked like this. We had 2 different colored caps, and we had a jammer, and we had a brief. You didn't get to wear them at a meet. So we're going to have this exact same equipment this year. If you have yours from last year, you do not need to buy new stuff. If you've worn it all the time and you want to order new stuff, or you change sizes, you've grown, you lost weight, I don't know where you are, then you can get new stuff. Okay. And that's fine. So I will post equipment orders on the website. They're going to be due by April 16th. So if you want to order any of that, those caps, the jammer, the briefs, you can order that. Actually, that's already up. So you could order that today, the suits and the caps, if you want to. You do need to wear a suit that's either our team suit or a suit with no logo. If you wear a suit that has your club team logo on it, it's an automatic disqualification. So be aware that the only logo on your suit could be your high school team logo in a high school meet. So be aware of that, please. I also will have clothing options. We're going to offer everything we offered last year in that East Bay store. So if you got it and you never got to wear it, you're going to get to wear it this year. I also added a couple other options in there. We have hoodies, joggers, windbreakers, polos, some t-shirts. I will post that as soon as I get the final store put up from East Bay. So I'll let you know as soon as that is. But we want it for the first week. So that's why I'm going to close it on April 17th in terms of orders for that. So you can order suits and caps now. That order is already up, and we'll get you that before the first meet. Okay. So I kind of already touched on preseason practice. I've been letting some people in late, but just so you know, we're going to start in 2 weeks, April 12th. To do that, again, you do need to register for that, and the registration is on the front page of our website, and you do need a waiver to do that. There's no cost. Our regular season practice schedule is going to look like this. We're going to lift on Monday and Friday mornings. We're going to swim on Wednesday and Saturday mornings, and those are optional. Mornings are always optional, just like getting better is optional. So is morning practice. And then our practice throughout, and this includes the summer. And I know it's going to be weird and tough, but hopefully you get this information early enough that you can work on if you're lifeguard working or whatever, you've got practice in the afternoon. So we'll have our varsity practice every afternoon all the way through the end of June, from 3:45 to 5:45. Diving's 4 to 5:30, and then a JV practice from 5:45 to 7. So that'll be our practice schedule. I am going to move the morning lifting to the afternoon once school is out. So when there's no more school, I'm going to move the lifting to the afternoon after our afternoon practices. So that'll change just a little bit. We have a meet every single Thursday, with the exception of, and this worked out great for us, but June 10th is the only Thursday we don't, which happens to be Smoky Hill's graduation date. So that's nice. You don't have to graduate and then show up for a meet in the afternoon. This is our meet schedule. So we have a pentathlon that we'll do that very first week. That will help me figure out who should be swimming JV and varsity. We have a virtual meet against Arapahoe, a virtual meet against Creek, and then our in-person meet against Mullen. Mullen does not have a pool. Their girls practiced at Smoky Hill. I do expect their boys to practice at Smoky Hill after ours, so they probably come in 7:15 at night to do that. We have a virtual meet against Grandview. With the girls, we hosted the only in-person invite in the state of Colorado. And we're going to do it again with the boys. Not sure if any other teams are going to try to do it, but it'll be Creek, Cherokee Trail, and Smoky Hill, and that will be fast. So that'll be a really fun opportunity to swim really fast on a Saturday, May 29th. That's the day after school's out for everybody. We have a virtual against Overland and Cherokee Trail, and then prelims are on a Wednesday for A-League. Diving will be on a Thursday, and we're going to run our A-League championships on a Friday so that we get as much rest as we can before the state meet, which is also on a Friday. So that's our meet schedule. So please, it's on our website. You can see it. Please put that in your calendar. Please don't have doctor's appointments or whatever else on those days, please. So they're all Thursday afternoons. They all start at 5, with the exception of our invite. And then again, I just want to pull up this website for you really quick so you can just have an idea about what's available on the website if you haven't looked at it. There is a whole link to register. So if you are a Smoky Hill student, you need to register with Smoky Hill. If you are an Eaglecrest student, you need to register with Eaglecrest. So I have a link to both of those registrations there. If you are an Elevation student, then you need to register with whatever your home school is. So if you're Elevation and you're Eaglecrest, register with Eaglecrest. If you're Elevation and you're Smoky Hill, register with Smoky Hill. If you are a homeschool kid that is not connected, or our charter school kid, we have some of those that are not connected to either one of those high schools, register with Smoky Hill. And then this is the athletic waiver that you need to fill out before you come to that very first day of practice, okay? If you want to look at just regulations from CHSAA about COVID, that's all listed here. Right now, I just have a girls' handbook here. I'm still working on the boys. I'll get it up there, and you can read the handbook. I'll have it up here. I'll also give it to boys that first day of practice. Our boys' practice schedule or meet schedule is up here, and it does list our practice schedule as well. And then under the equipment piece is a link for you to order suits and caps right now, and pay for those as well. Eventually, hopefully by the end of the week, I'll have that East Bay link up here as well. Okay. So I put this together hopefully as a good resource. You can see that with the girls, I put a link to all the meet results, and you can see that throughout the year. And I'll do that with you guys as well, so you can go through and look at that. So that's a lot. I know I threw a lot at you. I guess what I'd ask, instead of people kind of jumping in, but if there's any questions, I'm happy to take them. Might be the easiest way to do it would be through the chat, and I can just kind of answer them that way. But I just want you to hear that I know we're going to have a season. It is going to be weird, but I'm excited to have you guys swimming again. I think we got a really awesome group of guys. Should be a ton of fun to swim high school. The girls was a great year, just because I think kids were so happy to be back swimming with their high school and with their friends. So I'm really looking forward to getting you guys in the water and going. My coaching staff is awesome. Super excited about this. So I have Zach back, and Brian back. And then Alex Coleman is going to coach with us. And Alex was a Colorado High School Swimmer of the Year at Smoky Hill, national champion at Emory University. And then he's going to be there, which is going to be unbelievable. So I'm super excited about that. Let's see, brand. I'm looking at the chat, brand logos. I don't know what that means, but they can only be a certain size of the logo. So I prefer you just had a Speedo or a tier logo on your suit, so you're not running a risk of being disqualified. Team dinner. So what we did with the girls, we couldn't have pasta parties at people's houses. We did have one at the in our cafeteria before the state meet, which was good. So if we want to try to put something like that together, we could do it at the in the cafeteria. I think with the boys being outside, will be much easier to do that. So hopefully that answers you on pasta parties. We couldn't go to people's houses. We certainly arrange for something to do that. So in our cafeteria or maybe outside. I'm reading here just more questions. Are we allowed to do both swimming and diving? Yes. Brandon, you kind of did that last year a little bit. Just got to figure out how to get from one practice to the other at the same pool. It might be easy to dive with the diving group and then swim with the JV. Might be easy to do that. USA water polo logo will get you disqualified on your suit, unfortunately. So just you can't have any logo other than your own high school team or the manufacturer logo. You said that if we have any logos on our suits, we'll be disqualified. No, so the manufacturer is not going to get you disqualified. But, if you have our own team suit, you're good. So I'd encourage you to, I think it's nice to be a team and wear team suits. But if you're worried about that, then I could see it first and tell you whether you're going to be okay or not. But if it's a Speedo or a tier logo, you're fine. Okay. Or an arena logo, whatever. How realistic is it to do both swimming and track? I don't know when tracks run in practice in the summer. When ours is now. If it's at the same time, it's pretty unrealistic. But if it's at different times, then I think you can try to make it work. This might be the year it might work. I don't know. So, all right, you guys, I really wanted to just get you going. I'm really excited to see you guys in the water in a couple weeks. I know our team is going to be awesome. I'm really excited to coach these boys and get it going. You deserve a great year after the loss we had last year. And I'm really excited to have you guys race again and be together again. So if you have other questions you didn't want to ask in the chat, you want to ask me individually, I'll stick around here a little bit. Otherwise, I think I left a ton of resources on the website. Feel free to email me directly or give me a call if you want to. But emails usually work best. So I'll end it there, you guys. Thanks for being here. I'm going to stop the recording.